Alright gang, welcome back to our Can You Survive 25 Challenge reboot on Zielonka. It's January. I went ahead to the shop already, got our trailer flipped into a normal standard trailer, put some wood chips in here, so we're going to start selling these wood chips. We've got 20,000 liters in there. Well, it was 20,000 liters, 13,000 liters in there now. There's 8,000 here. I didn't spend the extra money to upgrade this to the extension and things like that because, well, quite frankly, we don't have a ton to do today. We have to do the normal stuff you would expect, right? Just some top-off stuff, selling some things, of course. Really, I would love to be able to buy a cultivator or a plow today, so I really don't want to spend a whole lot of the money that we have on something like upgrading this trailer, which we're not going to use all that often anyway, right? We're only going to use this a couple of times a year, right? It's mostly going to be a flatbed trailer for the foreseeable future, and even when, you know, the time comes when maybe we do need a bigger one, we're probably going to be doing an upgrade at that point anyway, right? We're going to get some kind of a truck or something that's a little bit faster. No, I don't even know where I'm going here. It's been a minute, gang. I told you, well, I guess you don't know yet, but time of this recording, I'm doing this one the same time I did two others. I just got back from Vegas, so I'm a little jet lagged, a little rusty. Everything's a little... My time is all screwed up, let's put it that way. I think we need to be going there. I guess I should check it. But I think that's where we should be going. 559, which is the biomass heating plant, which I think is where we're going. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what I thought it was. So I was right. Anyway, I just got back from Vegas, so I'm a little... Well, for all of you, it hasn't felt like I've been gone really at all, but for me, I've been gone for over a week now at this point, not doing any recording, so I'm a little rusty, right? I'm a little rusty still, but we're going to get through it. We'll get through it. I talked about the tournament in the two other episodes I did today, but I'll bring it up briefly just in case you stumbled across this one or you only watch this one for some reason, whatever it may be. It went all right. I got out right at the end of the first day. I had to struggle to get back to 70,000 plus chips. I had 4,500 at one time, which was two big blinds. But I got myself back up there. And then raised with pocket kings. Guy pushed all in over top of me with pocket jacks. I called. On the flop, he hit a jack. Took me out of the tournament. It sucked. If I would have won that, I would have been in the top 10% of the chip stack and going into day two, so I likely would have made the money. It would be very hard for me not to make the money unless I just played stupid or I got into a big hand where something like what happened to me now happened again, right, where my kings got cracked. That hand, I should win that hand 81% of the time, so the guy had a 19% chance to beat me, and unfortunately he hit one of those jacks. He hit one of those outs he needed, so... It sucks, but it is what it is, right? There's nothing I can do about it. I can't really be that upset about it. That's just, bad luck is all that was. Otherwise, it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Overall, pretty good time. Hopefully next year, my luck changes. Hopefully next year, if I have a situation like that, my kings hold, right? Yeah, but everyone else, hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully things are good for you. Don't have anything major planned as far as like leaving or trips or anything like that anytime soon. Well, at least not for a couple of months. I do have my buddy's bachelor party, which I literally hate what he's doing to me. He's taking me to a place that I don't really like to go, and this might make some people... upset. Where am I going here? I need to go back to the shop here. Might make some people upset when I say this, but I don't like the beach. I'm not a beach person. I like the mountains, and he's going to a beach for his bachelor party, so I'm hating him very much so. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like the beach. Many reasons, as a matter of fact. One, I like to be relatively active when I'm on vacation. I like to go and do stuff. I understand that some people think that's crazy, but I do. I like doing things when I'm on vacation. Certainly, I would hang out at the beach for one day and be happy, but I'm not one of those people that wants to go there for a week and just sit there all day long. That's just not my cup of tea. So anyway, we're doing that, and I'm going to hate that, and I burn in like 5 minutes, so that's also going to be another reason why I don't like it. But anyway. Other than that, though, I don't really have anything planned, and that's a couple months away. And I'm not staying as long as he is either. Probably should, but, you know, I'm not. I refuse to do it. I refuse. So that'll just be kind of well, I guess it's a little bit longer than a long weekend, but I do come back on a Saturday, but I leave in the middle of the week. So it's just kind of, it's like a long weekend. It's like 3.5, 4 days. It's not super long, so it won't be terrible, but... So yeah, that's about it. After that, I have absolutely nothing for the rest of the year. I'm sure we will find something to do, my wife and I. We are individuals that 100% take vacations with any kind of vacation time we have at work, right? We're not individuals who will just take a day off and just hang out at home. That's not really our style. We really like to utilize those vacations. So even if it's something cheap, like a weekend somewhere, like a long weekend somewhere, we prefer to do that, right? Whether we're just going to head down to like Gatlinburg or something inexpensive, or maybe go to West Virginia or something and go to the mountains and hang out like in a cabin or something. Anything like that, really. All right, I better put the beacon on here. I don't really think I have this set up in the right spot. Of course I don't. Get it a little bit closer here. So we're going to start stacking these guys up here. And we're going to go sell these and hopefully make some decent money there as well. Now, we do have more wood chips to sell. I only sold, obviously, one. I can do the rest of that a little bit later. That's the reason why I went and changed it back, because I wanted to get rid of these, because I think the wood chips are the best right now, and they're still going up. So we'll let them continue to try to make us a little bit more money, if you will, and let's go ahead and sell these, since these are kind of dropping in price. We've got a lot in here. There's a lot of pickles in here. A lot. Oh, that went well. Alright, let's see if any more spawn in here. I would suspect there's going to be more that spawn. Yeah, there's still some definitely that are going to spawn. There they go. Perfect. I'm going to try to do a 3-stack here. Maybe not the smartest idea, but I'm going to go for it anyway. All right. Lots and lots and lots and lots of pickled here. This is going to make us good money, man. I'm glad that we switched out the greenhouses to do that, to accomplish that, right? Because we were at one point literally only doing one thing or two things. Now we've got 3 different things going. We're probably going to have to switch it again, and more than likely what we're going to end up having to do is this production cannot really keep up with how many greenhouses we have. So more than likely we're going to have to switch the greenhouses to something else as well. Maybe put them on auto selling. Well, that went about as great as you possibly could do it there, Z. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. I know some people in the comments are going to be like, well, why don't you, if you're doing that, why don't you just use the liftable bale and pallet mod the whole time? You're right, I could, but I mean, I'm trying my best to not utilize it as much, or at least not overuse it, if you will. I'm trying to do it the proper way, but having it on definitely helps. Just in general, if I'm doing anything off camera, like obviously right now we're not doing a whole lot off camera because there's not really a ton for me to do. But once this series gets a lot further along, which it will. There's going to be a time period where it's probably going to help me a lot if I have that on and I'm able to do that off camera instead of having to, try to do it the real way the whole time, if that makes sense. And I don't think I'm actually going to be able to get another row in here. I thought I was going to be able to get another row, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I think maybe, maybe there's a chance, I guess. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Anyway. Okay, can you please? Thank you. Alright, so quick autosave here. I knew it was going to happen. I had to come in here when we started the episode because I was like, man, we haven't done anything in here in a minute, so I need to remember what the heck I'm doing. Where are we selling these suckers at? That's the question here. That is the question. So it looks like the supermarket, and the supermarket for pretty much everything except for the tomatoes. I don't really want to rent the train, though, just for one item, and it's going to be hard for me to kind of separate those, so we're just going to sell all these at the supermarket, which is our normal location, honestly, for selling these, but that's where we're going to sell them anyway. It's going to take a couple of trips here, I think. I don't think we're going to be able to get all of this on one. Maybe we will. Looks like no other ones are going to spawn there. I don't think we will, but maybe we will. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect, and maybe we will be able to get all of them on one trip. I think it just depends on how high I stack these things, right? Now, I'm very excited about this because this is going to produce a hell of a lot of money for us. This is going to be good, man. Is it going to be enough for us to be able to buy more land and stuff like that? I don't think so. Maybe. I guess I shouldn't say that. Maybe. There are some smaller fields here on this map that are... Well, that went well. Man, this is a great start. I told you guys I'm rusty. This is going really well. This is going really, really well. And by really, really well, I mean it's not going well at all. Anyway, let's get the rest of this stuff stacked up here, and we'll go get it sold, and we'll see what kind of money we get here, gang, huh? I'm expecting big, big money here. I'm going to be upset if it's not big money. All right, bit of a disaster, but we got it all there. That's really all, I guess, all that matters. So let's try to get this stuff sold here, hopefully for some good money. Nice, $28,731 minus $1,292 for environmental score penalty, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Still, that gets us to $47,000 at current. I love that. We'll get a little bit more money with the wood chips, like I mentioned. We're going to go back right now and modify it again. I know that seems a little weird that we had it at the beginning. I modified it, then I went back, and now I'm going to modify it again. But that's all right. We're going right by it anyway. It's not that big of a deal. I think that was an apple over there, and I think I said back a long time ago... Nope, that's not an apple. I was going to say, anyway, I think I said a long time ago that I am willing to pick up any apples that we might see along the way here. Okay, now I can't get over the fence. Wonderful. There we go. I'm not going to specifically go out of my way looking for them, but if we stumble across one, we will pick it up. There's an apple right there, isn't it? Sure looks like one to me. It is. So we're not definitely going to go out of our way to try to find these, but if I just happen to find across one... Thank you, maybe. Okay, nope, it's not going to let me, Why is it? There we go. I was going to say, why is it not letting me take it? I don't know why. But anyway, if we stumbled across one and we find one, great. We'll pick it up, we'll utilize it. but certainly not going out of my way looking for them. We've driven past that a couple of times now, and I just now noticed it, so... Anyway. By the time this series is said and done anyway, we're going to have so much more. We'll probably have own the whole map, honestly. It's not even probably. We will own the whole map. I can already guarantee you that. 3 farms running, all at full capacity. We're going to have so much to do, and... Yeah, it's a no-brainer that we're going to have the whole map owned. The nice thing about this map is there are definitely some bigger fields. But there's some smaller fields, too, that aren't super expensive, right? So, it's just... I mean, this is probably the biggest field, and it's $500,000, right? So, the stuff on Kinleg is a lot more expensive. A lot more expensive. Now, we probably need to spend a little bit of this money on putting, you know, some stuff back into our productions here, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious that we're probably going to have to do that. And as a matter of fact, we might as well take a look. We need some more seeds here for the wood. I would say for now, I'm not really worried about the liquid fertilizer here. The solid fertilizer is going to be, I think, a little bit cheaper overall. So they're probably okay as far as the wood goes for a little while. These are really going to be okay probably till next month. But next month we're definitely going to, you know, fill those up some more as well. I'm thinking we're going to need to put down another water transportation generating type of thing like this right here. Maybe a second one of these or whatever. Or we're going to have to just understand the fact that we're going to have to continue... to fill up water in the greenhouses, right? With our water tank, we're just gonna have to continue to do that. And I actually, in the last episode, we added that buying point. I completely forgot about that buying point. I guess I didn't need to go all the way to the shop to buy anything. Well, we had to go to the shop to modify our trailer, so it doesn't matter there. But I guess moving forward, I got to remember that that's there. I don't need to go to the shop to buy anything. Not that the shop's that far away, but anyway. It's nice to have that, though, because I can, you know, buy seeds right there from there, right? And now that we have the trailer set up in this setup, I can just buy the seeds and put them in here and then unload all those into the wood production, right? That's going to make us a ton of money doing that. It's going to probably cost us a pretty penny. 8,000 liters of seeds is not cheap. But, yeah, the seeds, it holds 10,000, so we might as well go ahead and do that. I think we're going to. We'll spend a little bit of that money. Probably most of the money we're going to make from the wood chips here. So 4480 minus 201 environmental score once again for that. Now, you might be asking why I'm getting the negative environmental score, and that's just because of the greenhouse effect. You don't get a good environmental score for that type of thing. All right, let's see if this actually works. I didn't try it. I didn't test it, clearly. I'm sure it will. Seeds. Here we go. How expensive is this going to be? Okay, yeah, pretty much what we just sold for wood chips. So that's actually, I mean, I'll take that. That's not terrible. I'll take that. All right, there go the seeds. Perfect. That's going to put this in a really good spot. Obviously, you know, eventually we're going to need more fertilizer and stuff, but right now we're going to be good here. Maybe more water eventually too, but for the time being, we're going to be good with that. Now, one thing I do need to look at, I didn't really look that closely at it. So the tomatoes are still at max. There are still tomatoes to be transferred, evidently, which is insane. There's still a lot of tomatoes to be transferred still. We're going to be at max on all this stuff very quickly, I feel like. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, they're cruising along, so I guess, it's fine, right? It's fine. All right, seeds are in there. Yep, perfect. There's plenty of seeds in there now. We're not going to have to worry about putting seeds in there for quite a while now. Okay, so that's all been accomplished. That's really the main basic objectives I wanted to do for this side of the farm for today. Obviously, like I mentioned, we need to do liquid fertilizer and all that stuff, but we can probably wait and do that in the next episode. There'll be less to do next episode anyway, so that gives us something we can do then. So let's focus on Farm 2 here. So we talked about, that field itself and how it needs to be plowed up, and we're going to try to accomplish that today. Turn the beacon off. So what's in the used market? Anything for us? Well, we've got a cultivator, 2 cultivators actually. These are pretty good. That tractor's phenomenal. We're not going to have anywhere near that amount of money anytime soon. So this one's a 3 meter width. It's not fantastic. This one's 4, but it requires 240 horsepower. I don't think we have anywhere near 240 horsepower with that. We have 180 horsepower. So, let's be a little, I guess, cognizant of that, I guess is what I should say. I don't know for sure if this is what I should get, though. I kind of want to, just to change it up a little bit, but it's hard to do that when we know for a fact we've got, the plows that we like out here, right? These 2 specifically. This one's obviously a lot more expensive, but this one, a 6 meter width, it only requires 80 horsepower. Like, it's hard for me to not just get this one, because if we do this, technically we're not going to have to worry about doing any spraying, right? Yeah, I think right now, early on, it makes sense for us just to continue to go this path here, even though it's very much a repetitive path as far as the plows go. I do think it makes more sense right now. So that's what we're going to do. Now, this thing is super loud. I keep forgetting about how loud this thing is. So hopefully it's not terrible. I do have the actual in-game sound down a little bit. And looking at OBS right now, it does look like it's okay, but it is loud in my headset, so hopefully it's not terrible and you can still hear me. So we're going to go pick up that plow, and we're going to get straight into plowing up this field over here. Obviously, we can't do anything with the field at current, but eventually, here in the next couple of months, we will be able to put sunflowers in the ground. And as I mentioned, the Farm 2, the main goal of Farm 2 is to make sunflowers, and more specifically, sunflower oil from that. A big sunflower oil production, if you will, right? We only have 1 field at current down there. I would love to buy some more fields, but they're not cheap. This one still, to me, makes no sense why it's $803,000. It's more expensive than this field, and this field is gigantic. It's 22 acres. Like, it doesn't make any sense. This is only 6 acres. Yes, it comes with partial farm, but that farm is not worth $500,000. It's not even close to worth $500,000. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something here. But anyway, so yeah, having one of these other fields down here would be nice. I just don't think right now it's in the cards for us at current. Now, we might be able to purchase this field, which we bought a long time ago. We can at $35,000. So there's an option for us to continue to expand that field, but it will mean that we have to, in essence, drive a little further away for whatever we're doing. But I don't think that's necessarily a problem either. I mean, one of our fields is dedicated to only doing greenhouse type of work, right? So we might get one more field for that farm at some point in the future, but really we don't really need a ton more for that farm, right? We already have most of what we need there. We need to do a few more of the objectives for that farm, like having a silo on there and having a secondary shed, etc., right? We don't have those things accomplished yet, but well, okay, let me take a step back. It does have a silo on it now, but that's a buying silo. I'm not considering that part of the actual. I'm not saying that's going to complete our objective for Farm 1. It has to be a silo, even though we're probably not going to put anything in there at all, like, unless we, put wood chips in there. Maybe we, I don't think we ever will get to that point, but maybe we're, cruising through the wood chips and we've got too many in there and we need to move some out of the wood production to go store them elsewhere. But you get what I mean, right? We're still going to put down some kind of a silo. Now, more than likely, what I'm going to do for that farm is the cheapest silo I can find, because Like I said, the odds are I'm not going to be using it at all. It's just part of the objectives, so I need to do that to accomplish that on Farm 1. Now, I don't know why I made this green. We just talked about this. We just talked about how we were going to try to keep these kind of a unified color, and I made this green for some reason. That's a little... I'm a little upset with myself on that, because we talked about that recently, and I kind of forgot about it. So this one, obviously, we've got this one set up as the John Deere green colors, besides the water tank, of course. I need to change that one, but... the JCB, I can't change that. Unfortunately, the telehandler, I can't change that. It's standard colors. But this side, I should be able to change the... Well, I know I can change this one. I think I can change the trailer. I don't think I can change the planter. I can't change the Fiat, but I should be able to change the rest. So I guess it depends on what color we're going to go with here. I mean, the drill itself, or the planter itself, is blue and white with red. My tractor's red. So I guess I need to figure that out. I don't really have the answer to it. Man, we're cruising, baby. We are cruising. For some reason, when I turn this on, it always misses the very edge here. See that? See those little stubbles there? It's missing that clearly. I don't understand. See how it's got like different lines? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Maybe I need to change the actual working width down to like 5.9 or something. I don't know. It's weird. Are we hitting the edges there? I guess so. A little close, but I guess we are hitting it. I don't know. I don't know. It's sometimes the steering assist here is a little weird as far as what's going on. I don't think we're actually hitting the edges like I wanted to, but oh well. I might just do this the old-fashioned way, right? I might just do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, so we've got almost the first headland pass done here. We've got a ways to go. Let's go ahead and get this knocked out. This is one of the big objectives I wanted to accomplish today. We were able to accomplish that. You know what? Let's figure out the color scheme we're going to do here. Let's figure this out. I'm going to take this back. I know this is probably stupid, but I'm just going to do a jump cut. But I'm going to take this back. I'm going to figure out the color we're going to go with. It might end up being this blue color. I kind of like that blue and white with the red color there. And if I can make everything blue and white and then our tractor's red, that matches a little bit of that red drill, I think that makes some sense. Let me see if I can figure this out. All right, we're nearly done, and I actually went ahead and modified the harvester as well, as you can see in the distance there. We're going with the lightish blue and a black with white design here for this farm, I think. It matches the planter nicely. Doesn't necessarily match our tractor too much, and that trailer cannot be modified. I did look that up. I actually, after I said it, I knew it couldn't be, but I double-checked it anyway. But yeah, we're going to go with the little light bluish and a black. Now, this blue itself is not the exact blue that our planter is. It's not actually in as an option, but it's pretty damn close. It's almost so close that you wouldn't even, recognize if it wasn't the same. I mean, that's pretty much the exact same color. I think it is the exact same color. It's just for whatever reason not called the same. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice setup now, though, right? I like it. It was a great idea. I think I mentioned it recently, but one of my subscribers brought that idea up, and I thought that was a fantastic idea. That's definitely going to make life a little bit easier. Obviously, some things like the trailer and the tractor, etc., we're not going to be able to change those, but it definitely will make our life easier in making sure that whatever we're utilizing is for that specific farm, 9 times out of 10, right? But that's it, gang. That's all we're going to be doing for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. It's free, helps me out an absolute ton. Thank you, my members. Cannot thank them enough. If you want early access to videos like this one, including the competitive one-tile challenge with my friends Rusty Money Gaming and Crest 2, there's a link down below. There's also a Discord link down below. My second channel is down below. I'm getting ready to start the new DLC for Dynasty Warriors Origins. A big Dynasty Warriors fan. Grew up playing that game, so if that's interest of you at all, maybe check that out. I'm also playing through Red Dead Redemption 2 on that channel. Another game that I never actually fully played. I played it for a brief period of time, and then I didn't play it for some reason. I don't know. Something sure happened in my life that I just didn't get through it. So we're going through it now, though, and having a lot of fun with that. So if any of those interest you, maybe give that a follow or check that out at least nonetheless. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time.